guys, welcome to our practice today. It's a mixture of yin, a little bit of restorative, and it's aimed at just helping you all to relax, to release and to let go. To start off with, just try and find yourself a practice place at home that you feel comfortable in. I'm really lucky, I've got the sun streaming through the windows today. So I've been able to place my mat in front of the window. I've got that lovely breeze coming through. Some gentle music perhaps, and just find a few props. Doesn't matter if they're not yoga props. I've got a bolster here, but you could use a rolled up pillow, a block. You could use a book, a hard-covered book, or even an upturned saucepan. A blanket. Blankets are always nice to use as any kind of prop, whether it be underneath knees or just to lie on or cover yourself up at the end of class in Savasana or your final relaxation. And a belt. If you haven't got a belt, then just use dressing gown belt, normal jeans belt, any type of belt will do. But it doesn't matter if you don't have any of these props today. We can just modify the poses for you to still complete the class without having those props to hand. So once you've got everything together, once you've found that nice quiet place at home, start to allow your body to relax. Think about finding that nice, upright, comfortable position that's good for you. Could be cross-legged, you can have the legs in front of you. You could even be kneeling, but you need to be comfortable. If you find that sitting cross-legged is a little bit uncomfortable, you can always just pop a block underneath the base of the spine, and that's just going to lift your hips up, lengthen the spine, and make sitting a little bit more comfortable. Once you've found that nice, comfortable position, we're going to tune into just releasing and relaxing the body. So sitting up nice and tall, stacking the shoulders above our hips, just placing the hands where it feels comfortable. Could be palms facing up, palms facing down, whatever feels good for you today. We're going to square the shoulders off, and your chin wants to be parallel to the floor. So if your eyes were open, your gaze would just be forwards. Top of the head wants to feel like it's being pulled up towards the sky, to the ceiling. We're going to take a few deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. And that's just going to release any tension that we have stored within the body, any negative energy. Close the eyes. Take a lovely deep inhalation through your nose. Open your mouth, let it out. Again, deep inhalation through your nose. Open your mouth, let it out. One more like that, inhaling and exhaling. We're going to close our mouths and start to incorporate our yoga breathing. So just inhaling in and out through your nose, colds and allergies permitting. And just taking a few moments here to just adjust the breath. No rush, no hurry, just in your own time. And once you've got the flow of the inhales and the exhales underway, we're going to start to think about deepening our breath. So with each inhalation, you're going to deep breathe in through the nose. Just feel the chest expanding, and as the chest expands, the lungs start to fill with air. And as the lungs, the chest space fills up, your diaphragm is going to push down into your abdominal region, and your belly's going to start to just raise up really gently. And that's what we're looking for. We want that deep and full inhalation. You want your belly to start to raise up. And then on the exhale, we're just exhaling every last single drop away. Nice and slowly, no rush, no hurry. And with each deep inhalation, just think about inhaling calmness. And with each exhalation, we're exhaling away that tension. Any tension that we're storing up within the physical body, exhale it away. Any emotions that are not serving you anymore, that are playing on your mind, exhale them away. They're doing you no good. Any thoughts that cross the mind that, again, are not great thoughts, exhale them away. So really deep and full inhalations, filling the lungs, chest expanding, belly raising up, and then exhaling every last single drop away. Inhaling courage, exhaling fear, inhaling the future, new beginnings, and exhaling away the past, all of those negative things that no longer serve you, exhale them away. And now we've got our breath nice and deep and full, we need to start to balance the breathing. So we want the exhales to be the same amount of time as the inhales. So on your next inhale, just silently count how long it takes you. And then try and balance your exhales to the same pace. So by balancing our breath, what we're doing is just completely calming our nervous system. Balancing the nervous system, calming the nervous system. And when the nervous system is calm, your body is allowed to operate fully. So by balancing our breath, our nervous system, we're allowing our parasympathetic nervous system to come into play. And that's where every cell in your body does the job that it needs to do. Every internal organ works efficiently and properly. The body starts to release, to relax, to unfold. The energy is allowed to move freely around our bodies. And while our body is calm, while our nervous system is calm, while that parasympathetic nervous system is in play, your immune system is working better. So when we're holding anxiety and stress, we tend to really come in on ourselves. Our body closes in on itself. Some of the organs start to slow down. The abdominals, they start to slow down, so your digestive system starts to slow. The energy doesn't flow freely. Your breathing is probably very jagged, and because of that, your immune system is not working efficiently. And all of us at the moment need our immune systems to work. Keep those breaths going, inhaling and exhaling, beautifully balanced. Allow the eyes to gently flutter open. Sit yourself up nice and tall. We're going to keep that breath going right through our practice today, right up until our final relaxation. We're going to inhale, just widen, lengthen through the arms, start to push the palms up towards the sky. So So feel like the spine is lengthening, the arms are lengthening. Pop the palms together, gently look up towards your palms only if it feels comfortable for your neck. I'm going to push the palms in towards each other, activating through the arms, and gently on the exhale start to float those arms down. A few more of those, so inhaling, lengthening, lifting, pushing the palms up, breathing in. Maybe looking up towards the palms as they reach, and then on the exhale pushing those palms in together and just dropping down through our heart center. One more, inhale, lengthening, lifting, stretching, reaching up. And exhaling, palms together in front of arms. Yeah, so you may want to remove the block now. If you've been sitting on it, just pop it to one side, or you can keep it underneath you whilst we are in sitting position. So make yourselves comfortable again, sit yourself up nice and tall. We're going to inhale those arms up and overhead. When they reach, we're going to interlace the fingers and push the palms up towards the sky. Sit up nice and tall. So a few cat and cows, seated cat and cows. So I'm going to inhale here, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the spine, sit up tall. But we want to relax the shoulders, drawing the shoulders away from our ears. On the exhale, dropping the arms in line with the shoulders, sending the chin towards the chest, and then arching through the spine. So making that angry cat arch through the spine. Then inhaling, floating back into upright position, sending the arms up and overhead. Good. Exhaling, dropping the arms down, chin to chest, arching through the spine, so the ears are dropping in line with your triceps. Pushing into your knees to stop you from wobbling backwards, and just feel that lovely stretch. A few more, inhaling, lengthening, lifting, sitting up tall. And again, exhaling, dropping the arms down, chin to chest, arching through. One more, inhaling, sitting up nice and tall. And exhaling, dropping down, arching through, pushing the palms in one direction, and tucking the chin to the chest, arching the spine in the other. Inhaling, floating back up, and exhaling, floating those palms down through our heart center. Good. Inhale, lengthen through the arms, start to raise the palms up towards the sky. We're going to leave the left hand where it is. We're going to take the right hand to our right knee. We're going to inhale again, sit up even taller, and start to, on the exhale, drop the arms behind you. So bringing them in line with the back of the spine, just cupcaking the fingers behind you. Lengthening through your arms, through your spine, taking a big inhale, sitting up lovely and tall, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. On the exhale, we're just going to have a little gentle twist, so starting with the base of the spine first. The next in-breath, sitting up taller again, making that space within our spine. And on the exhale, maybe twisting a little bit deeper to look over the left shoulder. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, maybe a little bit of a deeper twist. I'm going to hold this pose for a few breaths here, and I want you to work with your breath. Yeah. Remembering inhaling up, exhaling, maybe coming into a deeper twist. So you can always take your right hand to the outside of your right knee. Just use that as a little bit of a deeper leverage to twist round. But just listening to your body. We're never forcing our body into a position it's not ready for. Just allowing the breath to, with each exhale, relax you a little bit more. So maybe we can deepen into the pose. One more round of breath here. So inhaling, sitting up tall. And exhale, gentle twist. Next in-breath, just gently floating the torso back to the front, lengthening through the arms, sending the arms up and overhead again. This time we're leaving the right hand there, placing the left hand onto the right knee. Inhaling, sitting up nice and tall. Exhaling, floating your right arm behind you, cupcaking those fingers, walking the hand as far away from the back of the spine as you can, lengthening through the arm and the spine. Inhale, sitting up tall. And exhale, gentle twist, first from the bottom of the spine. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, maybe twisting a little deeper. Inhale, sitting up tall. And exhaling, twist. So again, we're here for a few breaths. Just come into tune with your breathing, lengthening on the inhales, and just deepening that twist on the exhales. If you find that you can maybe go that little bit deeper, you can always take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and just come into a little bit of a deeper twist using your arm as leverage. One more full round of breath here. Next in-breath, starting to just gently rotate the top of the spine round. Sending the arms up towards the sky, looking up towards the palms if that feels good. And on the exhale, pushing the palms together and allowing those hands to float down through our heart center. So if you're sitting cross-legged, just switch one leg for the other. So whichever leg was in the front, we're putting to the back and vice versa. Sit yourself up nice and tall again. Relax the shoulders. Take a few breaths here. Come back into tune with your breath as you restack the body, shoulders over hips, tailbone, spine, neck in a nice straight line, top of the head being pulled up. So this class is very much about helping you to learn to calm your nervous system, to bring into play that parasympathetic nervous system to help keep you safe, to help keep you relaxed. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Inhaling. Again, just widening through the arms, sending the palms up and overhead. We're going to interlace the fingers, steeple 2 fingers, cross the thumbs, sit up nice and tall, and then exhale the shoulders away from the ears. Take another deep in-breath. See if you can lengthen that spine even more so it is in line with your triceps, your arms. And on the exhale, we're going to lean ourselves over to the right. So really push the left bum cheek into the floor, into the mat. Lengthen through the arms. Gazes forward, or you can keep your eyes closed. This practice is a lovely practice to actually just close the eyes. Focus on the breath, the music. And then inhaling, coming up through our center point. And exhaling over to the left-hand side. This time we're pushing that right bum cheek into the floor. We're lengthening through our arms. Just feeling the side body starting to open up, stretching into the side of the ribs, over our hip into our arms. Inhaling, coming up. We're going to leave the left hand where it is. We're going to place the right hand beside us in line with our hip. We're going to take another big inhale, sit up nice and tall. And on the exhale, start to lean over to your right side. So you can always walk the right palm away from you, bend the right elbow, but we want to keep that left bum cheek in contact with our mats. So we're lengthening through. And you want to try and keep the body in line with your hips too. So we're not leaning forwards, we're not leaning back. We're stretching over in that nice straight plane. Arm in line with your ear, and your ear in line with your shoulders. Breathe. Just feel that energy starting to flow through your body. Feel that calmness still sweeping through. Good. Next in-breath, just coming up through. Crucifix arms. Exhale, floating the left hand down. Reaching up with the right arm, really stretching up tall. And then exhaling over to the left hand side this time. You can just walk that left hand a little further away from you if you want to come into a much deeper side bend. Just really work with your body. It can be totally different on each side, remember. So we're never here to judge our body. Just work with what it has to offer you on the day that you're practicing. Maybe totally different next week. Floating both arms up towards the sky, and exhaling, floating those palms down through our heart center. And again, just taking that moment to come into tune with our breath, inhaling and exhaling. Relaxing, releasing, letting go. I'm just going to move the feet forward. So place the soles of the feet together. Make a diamond shape with your legs. Could be a big diamond or a small diamond, whatever. Feels comfortable for your hips today. So if you want to make it a little bit deeper of a stretch into the hips, just bring the heels a little bit closer towards you. Going to take hold of our feet, our ankles, our shins. Grab a hold of something. Going to inhale and sit up nice and tall. So we want to keep the head, the neck, the tailbone in line. And then on the exhale, just start to lean forwards. Lean forwards, keeping that straight line with the spine. Maybe the elbows come to the outside of the shins, maybe they don't. And once you've finished that stretch, then just bowing the head and just relaxing into it. So now the chin can come towards the chest. Now the shoulders come round. Now the spine come round. Now you are just literally folding in. Gravity is pulling you down towards the floor. So we've gone from a very active stretch to a more passive stretch, a stretch where the gravity does the hard work. All you have to do is breathe. Next in breath, just start to lift your gaze, float your head, restack. Take your hands to the outside of your knees and just gently draw the knees together. Take your feet about hip distance apart, place the palms just behind you. So fingers facing away or facing forward, whatever feels good. Going to just lean back gently. We're just going to window wipe our legs from side to side. So just releasing any tension that we've built up in our legs, in our spine, in our hips while we've been sat. Bringing the knees back up. We're going to gently start to lower ourselves onto our mat. So sit yourself up nice and tall. You want to have your knees in line with your hips. Inhale the arms forwards and exhale. Start to lower yourself down onto your mat. So nice and slowly we're using our tummy muscles, so pulling the belly button in towards the spine to allow us to eventually float down onto the mat, and then make yourself comfortable. So just take a moment here to make sure you're not lying on your clothes, to make sure that your spine is nice and lengthened. Maybe just do a few pelvic tilts backwards and forwards. Find that comfortable position for the spine. Take a few breaths. So we're going to keep our knees bent. We're going to draw one knee into the chest. We're going to draw the other knee into the chest. Send your arms around your shins and just give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. Give me a full tight hug, or just a really gentle little hug. Entirely up to you, doesn't matter. And then start to roll from side to side. Massage the spine into your mat. Or you could come into stillness and just make little rotations with your hips. Just gently massaging the base of the spine into the floor. So it's just learning to know what your body wants. Yeah, what feels good for your body. And then coming into stillness, hugging the shins a little bit closer towards us. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to take a nice big in-breath. We're going to float our head and shoulders up towards our knees. Try and draw the nose towards the knees. Hug everything in really tightly. Relax those shoulders though. One more deep in-breath here. And then exhaling, floating the head and the shoulders back down onto the mat. And starting to lengthen out through the left leg. Keeping the right leg hugged in towards us. If having the left leg is uncomfortable, if it's too much, if it's too much pressure on the base of the spine, then just maybe keep the left knee bent a little bit. Just draw the foot in towards you. If you have got your left leg lengthened, now start to flex into your foot. So we're kicking into the heel as though you're stamping on the wall. Drawing the right knee in towards the chest. Taking your hands, just interlacing the fingers and starting to rock your knee from side to side. So we're taking it from the center of our chest, our sternum, over towards the outside of our ribs, or your knee towards your armpit. But we don't want to move our shoulders. We want to keep those shoulders glued to the floor. We want to keep the head glued to the floor. Just the knee, just the arms, making that movement. And what we're doing is just very gently, as well as working into the hip joint, we're massaging the internal organs on the right side of our body. Bringing the knee back into stillness. We're going to come into half happy baby. So just start to take the hands behind the thigh, draw the knee a little closer towards your right armpit. Now we want to keep the shoulders, the head nice and relaxed. So if your head and shoulders start to lift up, then just release that hold on the back of the leg a little bit. Float the sole of the foot up towards the sky. And just breathe, just be within the moment. Few breaths to allow the hip joint, the leg to start to release, and then if you find that you have that little bit of extra play within the body, you can just take your right hand and float it up to the sole of your right foot, or you can take two peace fingers and just grab hold of your toe and just draw that leg a little closer. But head, shoulders, neck, no tension. Lengthening through the neck, making sure that that chin is just dipped very gently down towards our chest. Making sure that the left side of the body doesn't roll over towards the right as well. So maybe just taking your left hand, placing it onto the left hip, grounding the left side into the floor. We're just going to take a few breaths here. And you can either stay in stillness with your hand to your foot or your hand behind the back of the thigh, whichever's working for you, or you can just gently start to make those gentle rocking movements again. You can take the left hand to the outside of your right knee. If you had the left leg bent, you need to straighten that out now. We're going to place the right hand palm down on the mat beside us and keeping the right shoulder tucked into the mat. We're slowly going to use the left hand to guide the right knee across the body and over to the right. So remember, no tension in the head, the shoulders, the neck. Once you've found that position where your leg is comfortable, and if it feels good for your neck, then maybe just allow your head to roll to the right hand side. One more full round of breath on this side. And then on your next inhale, gently rolling back onto your back, drawing the knee into the chest, drawing the left knee into the chest, giving yourself another little hug and squeeze here. And again, just making those movements that feel good for your body, that feel good for your spine, to just release and to relax any tension that we have just brought into the body by stretching. And then doing the other side. So we're going to hug the left knee into the chest. We're going to either lengthen the right leg and kick into the heel, or if that's a little too uncomfortable on the lower spine, maybe just keeping that right knee bent a little bit. So find the position that works for you. Relax the shoulders, the head, lengthen through the neck. And once you're comfortable, start to gently rock your knee from the center of your chest over to the outside of the right ribs, to the right armpit, the left ribs, the left armpit, sorry. So just this time, massaging into the left hip and to your internal organs on the left side of your body. Bringing the knee into stillness, we're going to come into half happy baby on this side. So you start to just flutter the hands behind the thigh, draw the left knee towards the left armpit. Take a few breaths to settle your hip, your leg into place, and when you're ready, float the left sole of the foot up towards the sky. So again, we want to try and make sure that the right side doesn't roll over to the left, so we want to really ground ourselves into the floor. We want to make sure that the shoulders are relaxed, no tension in the neck. So choices, you stay here with your hands on the back of the thigh, or if you find that you have longer arms, that little bit more space in the body, just floating the left hand up towards the sole of the foot, placing the right hand onto the right hip to stabilize you, and just working with your breath to allow that stretch to deepen. So you can either stay still, or again, if it feels good, maybe just make those little movements, those little rocking movements within the hip. Just really gently. going to take the left hand to the outside, the right hand, sorry, to the outside of the left knee. Left hand palm down beside us. Going to really glue that left shoulder into the floor and then start to just draw the left knee across the body to the right. Once you're comfortable with your leg, if it feels good for your neck, maybe just roll the head towards the left hand side. So spinal twists just are amazing for the health of our spine. Just release all of that decompression within the spine, that gravity forces out of us. Just allowing your energy to flow, the discs to rehydrate. Twists are also really good for digestion, so maybe you suffer with wind, IBS, just coming into a gentle twist can really help. Knees bent twist. Slowly rolling back, drawing the knees into the chest. Again, just making those movements that feel good, to relax, to release. Taking your knees just a little wider, placing your hands onto your knees. We're going to make some circles. So we're going to slowly start to guide our knees with our hands in opposite directions. Start by maybe little baby circles. And then as your body starts to relax, you can make them a little bit deeper. And then change in direction. So just sending the knees in opposite direction. The last one, floating the soles of the feet down onto our mats. And just realign your position. Make that comfortable on your mat. Just sinking the shoulders, the spine, into the floor. I'm going to do a few little pelvic rolls. Just allowing the pelvis to just move backwards and forwards a few times. Maybe just rocking from side to side. Making sure the base of the spine is nice and comfortable, that we're not carrying any tension into the next pose with us. Lengthening through the spine, relaxing the shoulders, lengthening through the neck. We're going to come into a few bridge poses. So palms down beside you, tuck the palms in towards the side body. See if you can just lengthen the fingers towards the heels. You want to have your feet about hip distance apart. And we want to try and keep our knees heading up towards the sky. So if you know that in practice your knees start to just wave out to the sides, you can always grab hold of a block or your book and pop it in between your knees, just to keep that alignment. It's really important to keep the alignment in the pelvis. Yeah, so we're going to really push the soles of the feet into the floor. We're going to activate through our arms. Lengthen the neck, take a big inhale, pull the belly button back towards the spine, and slowly start to raise the hips up towards the sky. So there shouldn't be any pain in the lower part of your spine here. If there is, gently lower yourself back down. Maybe that this one isn't for you. So we're going to concentrate on opening the chest, drawing the shoulder blades together underneath us, lifting through the hips. We're engaging through our muscles, so the legs, the thighs. Just holding this pose for a few breaths. Remember to breathe, really important that you continue to breathe. One more breath here, inhaling, sending the hips maybe a little higher. And on the exhale, lowering down. Send the hips all the way to the floor. As you get there, releasing that tension if there is any in the lower spine. So maybe those little rocks of the pelvis or little wiggles to just release. And then we're going to go again. So inhaling, pulling the belly button towards the spine. Starting to lift the hips up. And if you wanted to just make this a little bit more advanced, you can always come up onto your tippy toes. So the choice is yours. You either stay down on your heels, or if you feel that you want to just take it that little bit further up onto your tippy toes. Now we're going to incorporate the arms. We're going to just draw the palms together underneath us, make a fist with our arms. Snug the shoulders in, see if we can just raise our hips a little higher. And breathe. So very good, not only for our core strength, the posterior chain of muscles, but also for our pelvic floor, to feel like you're really pulling everything in, squeezing everything in nice and firm. Breathe in. One more breath, inhaling, maybe taking those hips a little higher, exhaling, planting the palms down, lowering the heels if you're on tiptoes, and drawing the hips really slowly, really gently down onto the floor. And again, just making those movements, maybe tilting the pelvis backwards and forwards, or making those little circles with the hips. And then draw the knees back into the chest, give yourself another hug and squeeze. And again, that little massage on the mat to just totally release any tension. Cross your ankles. Take the hands behind the back of the thighs. We're going to roll ourselves to seated position. So remember, 2 or 3 times is good. From the shoulders to the tailbone, we'll end up in seated position. So when you're ready, start to rock backwards and forwards. And on your last time, coming up. I'm going to roll straight over into tabletop position. So remember, we want to really spread through our fingers. Place your wrists underneath your shoulders, spread through the fingertips, and make sure that you're pushing the whole hands into the floor. We don't want to be rolling back onto the heel of our hands. Not good for our wrists. So engage. And then think about the knee alignment. So knees want to be stacked underneath hips. And if you take a peek in between your legs, you shouldn't be able to see your toes. Your toes should be invisible because they're in line with your knees. So just take a moment to find that position. I'm going to do a few cat and cows here. So once you have that alignment, you're going to inhale, float the chin up towards the sky. The shoulders are going to push back. Belly is going to come down. Tailbone is going to float upwards. And on your exhale, chin to chest. Start to arch through the spine, push into the arms. So you're lifting up, arching through the spine. So angry Halloween cat, remember, really pushing up. Push the tops of the feet into the floor for stability. Really engaging through the arms, the legs, tailbone floats down. Then inhaling, reversing that action. Tailbone up, belly down. Chin floats up, shoulders back. And exhaling into chest, arching through the spine, lengthening through the arms, tucking the tailbone down. Inhaling, coming up. just really float your body into these positions. So exhaling back into cat. Feel like you're like water flowing. And just keep going using the speed of your breath. Really come into tune with your body. Feel those movements become like liquid. Your body just really floating. So we're going to make the next one the last one. And meet back together in just neutral tabletop. So from here we're going to come into pigeon pose. We're going to slide the right knee towards the back of the right wrist and then just kick your leg over to the left. So a little bit like a number 7. I'm going to slide the left leg back along the mat. Place the palms underneath our shoulders. Think about that hip alignment. So we want to make sure that the left hip isn't rolling up and over. It wants to be in line with the right. Take a nice deep inhale. Lengthen through the arms. Push the left sole, top of the foot into the floor and raise your chin up towards the sky. Slide the shoulders back. We're going to exhale. Gently drop the chin towards the chest and lower down onto our forearms. You've got some choices here, guys, yeah. If you're finding that your right hip needs a little bit of support, you can always use your roll-up blanket, pop that underneath. So you just gently tucking that underneath the hip for a little bit of added support. And then you can keep your arms here and just bow the head down towards your mat, or you can use a block, maybe place the forehead onto a block or your walk, whatever you're using. Or you can lengthen the arms out in front of you and then float the head down towards the floor. So whatever feels good for you, yeah, don't force yourself. You want to be in a position where you can hold this pose for a minute or so. So make sure that you're nice and comfortable. And once you are settling, relax, think about really relaxing every part of the body. One more full round of breath here. And we're going to just float the head up. Restack the arms underneath, shoulders. We're going to take another deep breath in, float the chin up towards the sky, push the shoulders back. Just feel that real lengthening through the spine. out breath, chin to chest. Slowly starting to just re-stack yourself through tabletop. So we're aligning knees, hands. And we're just going to gently shake our hips from side to side, just releasing any tension. Before coming straight into pigeon pose on the left hand side. So left knee towards the back of the left wrist. Just kickstand your left foot over to the right and then lengthen through the right leg. So we want to make sure that right leg is coming directly away from the hip, not heading off to one side or the other. Really push the top of your right foot into the floor. Hands under shoulders. We're going to inhale, push the shoulders back, lift the chin up towards the sky. Just feel that real lengthening through. So extension through the spine. Opening the heart. And just stretching into our neck. So really good for our thyroid to just lengthen. And then exhaling the chin to chest. And finding your way to your pigeon pose on this side. Maybe totally different, doesn't matter. Just find that position that's good for you. So remember, coming down onto the forearms, you can always pop that blanket underneath the left hip this time. And again, you can either keep forearms on the floor, pop your head onto the block, or just allow the head to bow down. Or if you want to deepen that stretch, walking the arms away from you and then floating the head down between your arms. And we're here again just for 6 or 7 breaths. So try to relax into it. Try to find that inner calmness that allows your body to switch off. One more full round of breath here. And just inhale very gently, raising the head, restacking hands under shoulders. Floating the chin up towards the sky, pushing those shoulders back. Chin towards the chest, restacking through tabletop and just making those little movements. Walking the knees towards the hands, flipping yourself onto your bottom, sending your legs out in front of you. Going to come into just a nice forward fold. So we had a little bit of flexion with the spine in the extended pigeon and the swan pose, but now we need to just relax the spine back down. So just take a counter pose. So lengthen through the legs, maybe just pitch paddle them up and down if there's a little bit of stiffness. Kick into the heels, hands just down beside you. Inhale, lengthen and lift. So again, we want to create that long line of energy through the spine. And then exhale, start to walk the hands forwards. Once you get to the point that you know you can't go any further, then relax down. That's when we allow our breath to take over. We allow gravity to take over. If it's a little uncomfortable, your head just feels like it's nodding about, you can always maybe just pop a block underneath it. Or even your rolled up blanket or your bolster if you have one, your cushion, whatever you have to hand. Gently starting to unfold, so looking towards your toes, floating your body into a nice upright position. Good, so we're going to get you ready now for your final relaxation pose, one of the most important poses of yoga, but especially so at the moment as we're trying to help you to just learn to calm yourselves down. So you have any amount of props around the house that can make you comfortable, your cushions, your bolsters, your pillows for your bed, blankets, anything like that. And do feel free to use them in any of the classes that I'm going to be recording for you. But what I'm going to do today is to just talk you through the standard Savasana or just your standard relaxation pose. And once I've got you comfortable, we're going to hold that position for 4 or 5 minutes. And then I will just gently wake you up, bring you back into an upright position. So don't worry, you're not going to fall asleep. I'll make sure of that. Okay, so start to make yourself comfortable. So as I said, I'm just going to talk you through just your standard relaxation Savasana pose. So gently just float yourself back down onto your mat. Just take your legs a little wide and allow the feet to just drop out to the side. So you're going to lengthen through the whole body, relax the shoulders down, take the arms a little away from the body, palms facing up towards the sky, or if that feels like you're a little bit vulnerable, then just place one hand on the heart, the other hand onto the tummy. Start to lengthen through the neck, so we always want to make that neck nice and long and lengthen so the chin just dips down. Close your eyes. Maybe fidget away with the hips, get them nice and comfortable, the spine. And then we're just going to go through a little body scan to just help you to learn to relax yourself. So we're going to start with the toes. So we want to be able to relax every part of the body. So when I mentioned that particular body part, if you feel a little bit tense, maybe just waggle that around a little bit, try and shake the tenseness out of it, and then settle it back down. So we're relaxing through our toes, soles of our feet and our ankles. Relaxing through the shins, the calves, backs of the knees. Relaxing the thighs, the hips, base of the spine. Relaxing the middle part of the spine, the shoulders. Relaxing our fingers, our arms, insides of our elbows. relaxing the jaw, softening the forehead. Starting to allow your breath to just happen automatically now. So releasing that control on the breath. Allow it to just come and go as it pleases. So full relaxation of body, full relaxation of mind. Making your next breath just that little bit deeper. Starting to invite the awareness back into your body, becoming aware of where you are, the surroundings. Start by just wiggling gently fingers, wiggling toes, and then starting to rotate wrists and ankles in one direction and back in the other direction. We're going to float our arms up towards the sky behind us, come into a lovely full body stretch. So really lengthening through the whole body, biggest, deepest stretch of the day. And once you've finished stretching, drawing one knee into the chest, the other knee into the chest, floating the arms around the shins, and just giving yourself that final little hug and squeeze. That final little massage into the mat, just making those movements that feel really good. And while you're here, maybe just offering silent gratitude to your body for being strong, for being healthy, for allowing you to do the amazing things that it does. Draw the knees into the chest. We're going to allow our knees to very gently just roll over to the left hand side and our head to roll to the right hand side. That final little supine twist, just keeping our spines nice and healthy and happy. And then switching sides, and knees up and over to the right hand side, head, just gently roll it to the left. And then roll your whole body onto the right hand side. And just take a moment or two there, no rush, no hurry. Before bringing yourself into a nice seated upright position. So right back where we started. You need to pop that block underneath the base of the spine too. Legs can be bent, lengthened, tucked underneath you, whatever is comfortable, but we want to be stacked upright. Spine nice and straight, shoulders relaxed. Just close those eyes one last time. Relax the palms into your lap. And we're going to finish with our 4-4 breathe in. So I'm going to count you up and down. We're going to breathe into a count of 4 and out to a count of 4, 4 or 5 times. So just take a normal inhalation and a normal exhalation. And then we're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. Right hand to your heart, left hand to your tummy. May this practice heal and strengthen your body and your mind. May this practice heal and strengthen your bodies and your mind. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I will be adding lots more recordings for you over the next few weeks, so stay in contact. Namaste.